This is Freedom Global News.
President Muhammad Buhari visits Kano and condoles with Emir over explosion. House of Representatives shift resumption to June 7th. And on the foreign scene, United States President Joe Biden declares the United States will defend Taiwan if attacked by China.
This is Freedom Global News.
Good evening, you're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Zahra Zannah. Today is the 23rd of May, 2022. And now the news in full. President Muhammad Buhari today visited the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, to commiserate with him over last week's explosion in the state. Buhari was accompanied by State Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje during the visit to the Emir's palace. The president also met the families of victims of the explosion in Kano to express his condolences and that of the nation, describing the incident as sad and unfortunate. The family members, accompanied by various community leaders resident in Sabon Gari, Kano, who were assembled at the palace of the Emir, His Royal Highness Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, for the meeting with the president. In a brief address, the president said he was extremely pained by the loss of lives and injury to many due to the explosion, adding that his thoughts and that of the nation are with the bereaved families. The Emir thanked the president for the condolences and commended him for providing a fair and just leadership. President Muhammad Buhari also stated the Nigerian Air Forces has witnessed a tremendous improvement in the last 7 years of his administration. The president made the statement today during the 58th anniversary of the Nigerian Air Force held in Kano State. Buhari said the administration will continue to support the Air Force and is willing to do more to encourage them to overcome various security challenges in the country.
I therefore congratulate the Chief of Air Staff, officers, airmen, airwomen, as well as civilian staff, the Nigerian Air Force, on this occasion, the 58th anniversary. On the assumption of office in 2015, I promised to equip and re-professionalize our armed forces to perform their constitutional responsibilities more effectively. We have therefore demonstrated the required political will and leadership, as well as committed resources towards capacity building.
The president commended the Minister of Defense and leadership of all security agencies in the country for doing their jobs well, and their sacrifices are well appreciated by Nigerians.
I am glad to reiterate that these huge investments in the capacity development of the Nigerian Air Force have helped turn the tide against terrorists and other violent non-state actors in our nation. In furtherance of our drive to continue to modernize the armed forces, we will continue to do more to support the Air Force.
Correspondent Zahra Zannah reports that the Kano State Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje was among the dignitaries that graced the occasion. The House of Representatives has extended its resumption date to June 7th to enable members to take part in the ongoing primaries by political parties. The House had earlier adjourned to Tuesday, May 24th for resumption of plenary, but the clerk of the House of Representatives, Dr. Yahya Danzaria, in a statement today informed the lawmakers and the public of the postponement of resumption. The statement stated that it distribution to some customers. He added that Jai's Takaful Insurance is a sharing, caring, and transparent model.
There is value proposition that is stand to drive from Takafu in the sense that first they have insurance cover, that in case anything happens to you, we shall indemnify you. And in case nothing happens and at the end of the year we're able to realize surplus, we'll return back the part of that surplus to you. And it helps, it's for mutual benefits, everybody benefits from it. It is fair, it is transparent.
In his remarks, the chairman, Jai's Takaful Insurance, Al-Haji Abidu Yazid, explained the many advantages of the scheme to participants.
The real difference then between Takaful insurance and the conventional insurance is that in the conventional insurance, whatever money you pay to support yourself, to support a possibility of any loss, belongs to the organizers. If you make any claim, they will try to pay it. But if you don't make any claim, whatever remains belongs to them. In the case of Takaful insurance, if you do make a claim, yes, that claim will be paid for. In the case of the conventional insurance, they go away with the money. In the case of Takaful insurance, the surplus is shared amongst you. That's really what makes it so attractive.
The chief imam of Al Furqan Mosque, Dr. Bashir Aliyu Umar, who was the guest speaker during the event, said Jai's Takaful Insurance is in line with Islamic Sharia.
Indemnity under Takaful is covered by the funds that have been gathered from contributions of participants. This fund, it belongs to the participants, and it is the fund that the Takaful company is managing on behalf of the Takaful participant. In reality, it belongs to them. The surplus, they may be entitled to it if by condition they accept to be entitled to it, but they have already given a donation through their contribution, and whether they benefit or they don't benefit, they cannot say that they have to take back their donation, because under Islam, whenever you give a donation, you don't go back on your gift, but you leave it.
Correspondent Muhammad Sani Uba reports that about 85 million naira was distributed to many participants as surplus for 2020 financial year. Following the final approval for a payment service bank PSB license granted by the Central Bank of Nigeria, MTN's Nigeria's fintech subsidiary, Momo Payment Service Bank, Momo PSB Limited, formally commenced operations today. MTN says this is a major breakthrough that will boost its operations by 2025 by developing new operational strategies. With an expansive agent network of over 166,000 active agents and digitized partnership infrastructure, Momo PSB is poised to enable millions of unbanked and undeserved Nigerians to access a wide range of financial service products. Momo PSB will scale its agent network to reach Nigerians across the country, providing a wide range of payment services and remove friction from everyday payment by digitizing cash payment. The bank launch was launched today at OK Arin Market in Marina, Lagos, where traders were shown how to open a Momo wallet by dialing *671# on any network and then to send money to any cell phone in the country with the purchase of airtime data and pay bills. For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to have clear sky and gentle breeze at 28 degrees Celsius. A later change to sunny interval and gentle breeze at 26 degrees Celsius. Kaduna will experience partly cloudy sky and light winds at an average temperature of 23 degrees Celsius. A later give way to sunny and gentle breeze at 25 degrees Celsius. Katsina will experience clear sky and light wind at 27 degrees Celsius. A later change to sunny and gentle breeze at 30 degrees Celsius. Abuja is expected to have partly cloudy sky and light wind at 24 degrees Celsius. A later give way to light cloud and light wind at 26 degrees Celsius. Lagos will have light rain shower and light wind at 24 degrees Celsius. A later change to sunny interval and light wind at 26 degrees Celsius. Moving to Niger Republic, Maradi and Zindar will experience clear sky and light wind at 27 degrees Celsius. A later give way to sunny interval and gentle breeze at 33 degrees Celsius. Umulkair Abakar Ungogo, Freedom Radio.
And on business, Abdurrahman Hamisun, Namadina has updates.
An analysis of data obtained from the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that Nigerians spent over 220 million on foreign education between December 2021 and February 2022. This is according to the CBN data on the amount spent on educational service under the sectoral utilization for transactions valid for foreign exchange. In December 2021, the Apex Bank stated that it spent $90.67 million on foreign education. The CBN also noted that in January 2022, a total over $60 million was spent on foreign education, while noting that $69.9 million was spent in February 2022. Meanwhile, telecommunication subscribers are kicking against a new federal government directive to enforce a tax on telephone calls in the nation to fund free health care for the vulnerable. According to the National Health Insurance Authority, Bill 2021, signed by the President Muhammad Buhari last week, the telecom tax in the equivalent of minimum of 1 kobo per second for phone calls is a part of the sources of funds required to finance free health care for the vulnerable group in Nigeria. The Nigerian Communications Commission noted that Nigerians made 150.83 billion minutes of calls in 2020. This translates to 9.05 trillion seconds of calls, meaning the new tax will generate 9.05 trillion kobo, which converts to 90.49 billion yearly. Abdurrahman Hamis na Medina, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, United States President Joe Biden says he would use force to defend Taiwan if it was attacked by China, appearing to signal a shift away from Washington's decades-long policy of so-called strategic ambiguity towards the East Asian democracy. Biden made the remarks today while visiting Japan, where he is on the second leg of his first trip to East Asia since taking office last year. Responding to reporters' questions about Taiwan at a press conference with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, Biden said defending Taiwan was a commitment they made. He said while the U.S. agrees with the one China policy, which states there is a single China but does not define it, the idea that Taiwan can be taken by force is not appropriate. China responded immediately to Biden's comments, saying no one should underestimate the firm resolve, staunch will, and strong ability of the Chinese people in defending national sovereignty and territorial integrity. We've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zannah, thank you for listening.